Hi, I'm Carrie Cordy. It is, what is it? April 6th, Friday, 2018. Good Lord. So I was in the studio yesterday evening, and it was about 4 or 5 hours that I was there. I ended up recording a few hours of material, which was really nice. I enjoyed it. Still smoking. I'm getting more comfortable being in front of the microphone and the equipment, that kind of thing. Is I thought I'd be able to jump right into it because not only has it been my thought about, but I can, get up in front of a crowd with a podium and a microphone and do very little prep work and just go in. And like these, I really don't do any prep work at all other than try to be in the right kind of mood to do it. But even then, I'll still turn this on at any old mood too. So it's getting used to just that different environment and getting it. And so turning on we're starting to record and just going with it and getting over being that too self-conscious and trying to do too much of what I would call the telephone voice because I got a lot of experience in call centers. Really just one call center, but I was there for a while and went up to like middle management. That was a fun job. So I thought I could get, right into it. And because it's not the first time I've had a microphone in my face and but it's funny. I'm glad that and I'm going to be spending a lot more time in the studio and I'm going to get together with some of the other producers and we're going to just kind of team up and do some practice things that we're probably never going to air. But I keep my material, everything that I record, because well, let me kind of tell. I'm pretty sure I probably have brought it up before. Is when I've been interviewed by reporters, and even in one case, yeah, that was redundant, I know. In one case, by a lovely, lovely lady from the Rural Organizing Project, and it came to the point to if they were asking me a question and I would give this answer. And with me, I don't give short answers. And so if you're a reporter and trying to boil something down for an article and then you stop and say, how would you put that? Or what was it that you said just a little bit ago? And I get so wrapped up in the moment that I'll just come out with these great one-liners and things like that. And if I really plan to do it, it's just, it loses the moment. So what ended up happening in almost every case was they just like, well, okay, let's just turn on a recorder and I'll figure it out later. And so we would turn on a recorder and we would just get to talking and it would just be this long conversation that would end up being like I would have with just another friend or somebody I met and we got to talking and just, one of those great moments you have in life. And then they would go on their way and I would get a phone call, text message, whatever later on. And in the case of the Rural Organizing Project, they went and listened to it 3 times and they had picked out stuff that I wouldn't have thought was much because I could remember most of what I said. I'm not ever going to say I remember everything because I can't just sit there and say it verbatim. But it was really funny. It's like, she was telling me how amazed some of the other people were about just some of the, I don't know, I think she said something like the gems that were throughout what I had said. And that's fantastic. And so learning to do that and then taking the time and going through and editing it. And as those of you that watch this knows, I don't edit things. And, I used to be able to edit, like in the mid to late 90s, I got real into editing and video work and, getting audio things. And I kind of got out of that. I did get into recording a bit when I was at the other place because I had my own little recording studio, but it was the backyard basement setup kind of thing. So it wasn't anything impressive, but I could have done impressive things with it, and I had everything. I had the guitars and amps, microphones, stands, the interface for the computer, the programs. I had a lot of stuff. I had a lot of stuff. I mean, I had my own instrument room and recording studio. It wasn't a good recording studio, but I did. I had good microphones. They weren't the most expensive things, but they produced good sound. And that stuff's gone. Long story, it didn't all go at once, but I learned the valuable lesson of while I had it, I didn't use it. I had learned that my desire from it was more of a status symbol kind of thing rather than it was a need for a need or a tool to fully express my creativity. That was a good lesson, and it's one that I continue to learn today, that with whatever I am going for in my life, is it really going to be something that I'm still passionate about, and something as working at the ranch. And I don't have that work boss that's over my head and saying punch the time clock, and it's really kind of a free open environment. I found that I do get really super productive and just work my ass off to the point where my boss is saying, God, you're cheap. And there are other times when I feel like I could use somebody saying, come on, work a little bit faster. What are you doing? But then other people will say it those same days that I was just, busting my ass, because they would look and I would be, taking a break, and then they would turn around and do some work, and they would look back and I'm taking a break again, but a lot of shit's done. It's like they never see me move, but it's, every time they turn around, there's a lot done. And, I can work like that, but when I get lost and just bust my ass, I love it because a lot gets done, and a lot gets done quickly. I've been wandering all over the place. I'm gonna upload this, but I want to end on a really good point. The date has been set. The radio station is going to be going live Monday, Sunday, May 13th, Mother's Day. So my first show will be Monday, May 14th, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. The most amazing thing, I'm going to run out, oh my God, real soon. The most amazing thing about this is a year ago, my name change became legal on Mother's Day. And I had to wait for the court to open the next day so I could legally have my name changed. So 1 year after this, I have my dream job starting. That is fucking amazing. Everything's for a reason. I like finding out why those coincidences are there. I'll talk to you soon.